All right, this is part 2 of our lesson. I accidentally stopped recording the last video. So if we're thinking here that we have 5 inches or 5 inches cubed of this whole entire thing, what could I be multiplying together here to make this happen? So we know that our height is probably going to be pretty tall. So I know that if I'm going to do volume equals length times width times height, it needs to end up being 5. Well, what can I multiply together to make 5? 5 is a prime number. So I know that 1 times 5 will come out to be that. So that means if I know that 1 times 1 times 1 is going to make, 1 times 1 is going to make 1 times 5, that means I'm going to need a base that has 1 and 1. So how many little fraction guys am I going to need in there? If I know that this is 1/4, how many make 1 whole? Well, 4 do. So that means I'm going to need 4 here and 4 there that are going to be multiplied by 1/4. So it's really going to be 4 times 4. And then what do I need to make 5 whole is in fourths. I'm counting and I'll need 20 of those. So when we multiply that together, we have 16 times 20, 16 times 20. Okay, and we're thinking about it as 2 tens times 1 10 and 6 ones, and we would get 320. So that's kind of how we would figure that out. Okay, looking at our last problem here, it says that each of the small cubes in this larger cubes has edges that are 1/6 yard long. So this is kind of like thinking about the last problem. So last problem, those were 1/4 of an inch. In this one, they're going to be 1/6 yard long. So if I'm going to add these pieces together, this is really 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6. So if I'm going to add all those together, I would get 3/6, right? And then I know here, let's do a different one. So that would be my width. Let's look at our length. Our length would be 1/6 again, 1/6 and 1/6. Add those together, and my length here. Okay, we'll say the width here. Sorry guys, let me get my colors all worked out. So our width would be 3/6. Then the red portion would be our length. Our length would also be 3/6. And then what can we imagine if this is a cube and everything is going to be kind of symmetrical? We can assume that our height is also going to be 3/6. So we can do, this is 1/6, 1/6, 1/6 all together. That's 3/6. Okay. So now what we're going to need to do is our volume, which is 3/6 times 3/6 times 3/6. Okay, so we'll do the first one here, which is 9/36. And then we'll do our last one here because we're bringing this guy down. And then we'll have 27 and 36 times 36. That's a pretty lengthy one there, right? So what we're going to need to do is multiply 36 times 36. Okay. All right, I went back here a little bit. I just stopped real quick and I thought, why am I showing them 6 when we could be doing this a little bit simpler? So what we're going to do here instead is instead of making it 3/6, then we're going to have to reduce later on. Let's just reduce right now. So 3/6 is the same as 1/2. Okay. Now it's much simpler for me to do. 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4. Now we're going to bring this guy down. So 1/2 times 1/4 would end up being 1/8. Okay. And that's that. The other way that we could do it is we can think about doing the volume of a small cube. The volume of a small cube would be 1/3 cubed, which would be, not 1/3, 1/6. Great. So 6 cubed would be 216. So we could do 1 216. And then the volume of the larger cube would be, well, we know that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 on 3 sides here. So 9 times that would be 9 times 3 is 27. So there's 27 cubes multiplied by that would come out to be 1/8 also. So this is a much simpler way to do it here. Just taking, I know that I have 3 6 on either side, reducing those into more friendly fractions, and then just multiplying them together.